back to the Freak Show. Bumpy McSquigums here. I want to thank you all for joining me as I continue to run around and do crazy stuff, I guess. Here in Pillars of Eternity, the White March. This is the Freak Show, Bumpy, all the stuff that I say. It's fine.
How do you do?
Hello. Nope. Nothing. Alright. Well, he still doesn't seem to love me too much. That's okay, I suppose. Well, I did make an enemy. Well, whatever. I suppose we can go check our quests and stuff. I'm sure something's been updated, something's been advanced, because, you know, dude really didn't like us, and it did say in the last episode that there was a whole bunch of quests that did get updated, so that's good. That's really good. Okay, so, what does that mean for us? Cade Nua. The page unturned. I guess this is what actually happened here. A series of murders has shocked and terrorized the scribes of... Yeah, let's see here. After failing to prevent 2 additional deaths, Heravius and the monks were able to track down the murderer, a secretive scribe of the order that the other monks believed had died years ago. In reality, the scribe had been hiding in the catacombs beneath the monastery and progressively destroying heretical works that he believed spread lies about the origins of the gods. When the monks started to catch on, he killed anyone who raised suspicion. Rather than face punishment, the scribe leapt from the highest tower of the monastery to his death. In the scribe's subterranean laboratory, Heravius discovered several suspicious vials of thick brown fluid. Maybe it is the laboratory. I don't know. The monastery's herbalist identified it as a potent poison, the same that had likely been used to kill the monks. The blind monk's venom. Let's see, 1 per encounter. Cool. So we had 5 uses total. 66 raw damage over 30 seconds. If successful, it blinds them for 10 seconds, and it sickens them for 10 seconds. Huh. Interesting. Alright, and we got a little bit more money this time around. I feel like our taxes got collected much quicker this time. Is it every 5 turns it gets collected? So it looks like we did a lot of stuff where we didn't... Yeah, it's every 5 turns. A lot of stuff where we didn't actually advance, quote-unquote, turns. That's okay. There was a lot of killing that had to be done. Lots of small amounts of experience to be gained as well. The lore skills used to... Yeah. Well, we kind of did what we had to do here. Well, I guess we'll head down this way. We know where we have to go to get the item that they want. I am not in any rush to do that. Fighting a dragon seems difficult in and of itself. It's not a dragon. It's just a... Heritage Hill claims another curious soul. Anyway, it's just another, like, large drake. Maybe a full-grown adult or elder drake, maybe. Which is weird because many people would say that drakes are just young dragons. I've heard that said many a time. And I assume that's probably accurate in some way. However, all I'm saying is, where's our representative? Who's speaking for the common folk? They are commoners. I'm going to steal your Admith's Weird.
Is this the old church you were looking for?
Uh-oh. Is that a ghost? Praise
to the exiled queen.
That's more impressive than my
May
voice.
her crown be restored and her justice prevail. Come to pay your respects to the queen that was.
A ghost hovers in the middle of the ruin, reciting blessings and prayers. Even as the spirit's form shifts and swirls, it retains the face of an elderly man in robes that mark wealth and status. It turns to you. Who are you?
Lord Ardwellen Rugford III, and pleased to make your acquaintance. I came to the Deerwood on one of the first ships from Adia, and unlike the yokels and hut dwellers around here, I still keep to the old ways.
His cloudy eyes swim with resentment. It's truly a pity to see what the locals have done to Wodika's house of worship. I was told I'd find the Temple of Wodika here.
And so you did. These savage colonists may have burned it down, but worship of the Oathbinder is alive and well.
Okay.
These stairs lead to the main sanctum.
Alright, the ghost's misty visage contorts in a scowl. What stairs?
These stairs, of course. The sanctum was always below ground, adjacent to the catacombs, so it wasn't destroyed by the fires.
The ghost gestures to an impassable pile of rubble. Like the rest of the ruin, it seems to have remained untouched for over a century. Tell me where I'd find the entrance to these catacombs.
There are various entrances throughout Defiance Bay, but I dare say the easiest to reach is in Copper Lane. I haven't been to that part of town in ages, but as I recall, it's somewhere near the southern gate.
I thought it was near the western gate. Okay, what are you doing?
Worshipping Woodaka, the exiled queen and Oathbinder. I come every day to offer my devotion. I'd love nothing more than to book passage back to Adia, but it is my Emperor's wish that I serve in these barbaric lands. And so I do.
His expression fades into confusion. He shrugs. Well, I'd like to know more about Woodaka, or Wodaka.
A queen among the gods. She oversees laws and oaths. Everything has a rightful place, and Woodaka watches over them all.
The ghost's hazy features sharpen with delight.
Of course, not everyone accepts this. Even among the other gods, her authority is questioned. But Woodaka is also goddess of memory and vengeance, and she remembers. She'll remember every slight and trespass when she reclaims her throne.
The ghost's expression churns. Slowly, the ghost nods. You do know that you're a ghost, right?
I beg your pardon? Is this some sort of joke where you come from?
Nope. Serious. Just look at yourself, man.
A madhouse. That's what this town really needs.
He closes his eyes and massages his temples with his wispy fingers. Well, good luck to you, buddy. Never far from the queen. Weeds grow thick and full, untroubled by the passage of Kith. Well, now we have a reason to go into the catacombs. Not sure we necessarily need to do that just yet, but we do have a reason. Alright, well, let's head over here.
All these circling feet heading nowhere.
Okay. And what do we find inside the giant building? Who knows, but we'll find out soon enough. To be great. Or absolutely terrible. I'm leaning toward the terrible part. Hey, Vicent, a ghosty.
I'm here. I shall.
Ready, Watcher.
I stole another book.
Nice and quiet.
The valiant soldier, the valiant diplomat, the valiant everything. And Vicent, a
Good day,
ghosty.
stranger.
What can this humble servant of the Republics do for you? Tell me about the Republics. They are rich in all ways, in wealth, in style, and culture. If you were to go to the Republics, you would not want to leave. Why would you? The people are beautiful and charming. I am here because the Sangreta Ducala wishes it. But when my appointment is done, I will be on the first ship out, and I will sing from here to Salona. If there's nothing else, I must return to my duties. What do you do here? As the valiant ambassador, my job is to ensure trade with the Deerwood remains strong and profitable. Okay. You do the profitable thing, I guess. I will just casually wander around and steal all of your goods.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
They shall see nothing while I
shall
see
do as you
nothing
ask.
as
What you
well.
ask is done.
Hey, look at that. A fine breastplate, I say. Don't mind the fox. He bites. Literally.
I'm on the trail.
I shall do as you ask.
Alright, grieving mother.
What you ask is done.
I will take your weird, fancy obsidian lamp figurine. What does that do? Well, now I need to know what a lamp figurine does. It seems like an odd thing. What does this do? It summons 3 shades? This lamp seems to swallow light, showing no reflection upon its surface. It's cold to the touch, and when it's held to one's ear, a quiet can be heard. The lamp is sealed with a piece of cork on which a single rune is inscribed. Well, that sounds useful. I would say maybe... how about you? You seem like the kind of guy who could, like, hang out and just be like, yeah, get scared and stuff. Sounds fairly legit. Alright, so there we go. We now have a shadow lamp. I feel like it kind of defeats its own purpose. It's a shadow lamp. Literally useless, right? Whatever. We'll summon shades and other various random things because we can. Because we want to. Because it's easy. So, you know. That whole scenario. We'll see how it plays. Alright, where to next?
You've been on your own for 5 years.
I've had Itamok.
But you can't talk to him.
My standards changed around year 2.
Yep, my standards changed around here too. Well, there you go. I've had Itamok. It's turning all purple. I think I'm going to have to cut it off. She told you not to pet him, man. But if, you know, if he's not supposed to pet him, why is Itamok so soft? That's sad. Why did Itamok have to bite Adair? The eater of cheese. What business brings you to the keep? Funny business.
Hail and well met.
That's Judicar, or Justicar Kiari. Anyway, that's Aldmar. He gives you an appraising eye, judged by the scars on his face. He's lucky to be able to do that much. Every day we get more from the hinterlands pouring into Defiance Bay. Keeps us busy on the watch, it does. You look like you're recently arrived yourself. Who are you? I am a soldier of the Crucible Knights, and proud of it. I keep everything running at the keep so that Commander Cliver can focus on more important matters. Looking for something or just knocking the dirt off your boots? What goes on in the Crucible Keep? This is the headquarters of the Crucible Knights, so it's where we store arms and armor as well as many of our soldiers' bunks. Okay. Let's see. Commander Cliver's in the back making plans as usual. He scratches a scarred cheek. You'll find the forge at the west end of the building along with our master smith Dunstan. I was going to call him Dustin. Dunstan. There's also a shrine to the Golem if you're in, you know, if you're into the whole praying thing, or if you're the praying type. Tell me about the knights. We're the defenders of Defiance Bay. We're not exactly a formal knighthood, but don't tell Commander Cliver I said that. He grins. We were the first organized militia to oppose Adiran rule, and today we're the largest force in the city. Our soldiers undergo years of combat training, and our officers are required to have their souls read by that critter out in the Dunrid Row. What's this about the Dunrid Row? Just a requirement of the Crucible Knights, so the higher-ups know there's nothing messy built up in your soul's past. Aldmar widens his stance. Keeping the ranks pure is fine by me. I just wish they were more careful in hiring the ciphers. What's wrong with their ciphers? He shifts his weight and glances at the empty halls. They're mostly Orlans. I'm sure they're talented enough, but you know, you just can't trust them. Hostility, it's in their nature. And they've learned to hide it over the years. He frowns and crosses his arms. All I'm saying is they should at least be supervised by other folk. That's reasonable enough, isn't it? You're wrong. That sounds fair. A horrible thing to say. If you treated them better, or people treated them better, you wouldn't have to worry about them being so hostile. That seems like an extreme position to take. I think if people treated them better. Aldmar shrugs. I'm just speaking the truth. Nowadays it seems the biggest crime of all. Wow. Okay, well that's all, I suppose.
They shall see nothing while I see much.
Well, whatever you say, grieving Madre.
Laying low.
I don't really have a use for that right now. It's nice to know that it's there, I suppose.
I shall do as you ask. What you ask is done.
I just stole 2 Valoon from you. It's Dunstan and a novitiate. I hope I get promoted to just a Kiariar soon. The tongues of flame lick at the forge, hissing with smoke as hot as a dragon's breath. What's up,
This
Dunstan?
is about the breastplates. I already told Cleaver they won't be repaired till next week.
Show him the pieces of the blade of the endless path. I found several fragments of an ancient sword. Do you think you could repair it? That's a fine blade indeed. He holds one of the fragments in his rough hands. Looks endearing and special made. Must have been commissioned for a champion of some sort. Dustin gives a low whistle. He holds one fragment in his rough hands. Okay. He hands the shard back to you. A sword of this caliber would have had a specially designed hilt, too. It'd be a shame to graft anything else onto it. And besides, it'll balance best with all of its original pieces. You find the rest of it, and I'll forge it for you. Okay, what do you do here?
I'm a forge master. I'm a master smith for the Crucible Knights. But the way I see it, I'm also keeping up with our old traditions. The first members of our order were smiths. Nowadays, most everyone's a professional soldier. I suppose it's to be expected, but I think it's important we keep up with our roots, too.
He hefts a hammer in one hand. Tell me about the Knights.
We were all smiths back in Hodrick's day, though I'm about the only one here who still gets his hands dirty.
He laughs.
We're a fearsome fighting force, though these days I think Cleaver takes more pride in our parade formations.
He thinks himself a progressive man, but he's obsessed with soul lineages and connections to the Deerwood's heroes of old. He picks up his hammer again. Other than Dunrid Rowe, who really knows about any of that, though? The grieving mother's expression as she looks at Dunstan is somewhere between amused and pity. Both live in a past of their own imagining. What purpose does it serve when so much depends on action now? Goodbye. I can't close the door.
The better part of valor.
The better part of thievery. The better part
Nothing
of
is
thievery.
closed to the perceptive mind.
There's a
What
few
you
things
ask
that are
is done.
closed. Alright, all sorts of stuff. An edict of arrest. This edict calls for the arrest of Eorn, whose recent actions have led to the death of a knight of the Crucible. It requests reporting any information to Justicar or Justikiar Aldmar. It is signed Commander Cleaver, I guess his name is. Okay, well, apparently we found a task befitting our amazing skills of skill and amazingness. This is a record of active patrols and reported crimes on Andra's gift. The latter far outnumber the former. Let's go. Holy heck, it's a Wyla. We need to deal with Heritage Hill. You need to deal with Heritage Hill. I don't need to deal with anything. Except a dragon in a cave that's guarding the spark. Not that I'm super excited to do that. A little concerned. Which I am understating, by the way. Very concerned. The Justicar, that's just going to call it, guys and gals. Gaze flicks over to you briefly before returning to the novitiates gathered in the training hall. If this is about patrols, my novitiates are already stretched to their limit. Between the refugee influx and the mess at Heritage Hill, I simply don't have any units to spare. After a pause, she looks over at you again. I'm sorry, was there something else you need? What do you do here? I'm in charge of the keep's novitiates. I'm responsible for their training and patrol assignments. She nods at the group gathered in the training room. They're good soldiers, and they've been quick to adapt to new challenges. What's going on at the hill? What isn't wrong is the real question. A whole district of walking, flesh-eating corpses! Fantastic! I can deal with that. We sealed the area 2 months ago, just after I lost one of my finest commanders there. And yet this is the second guard rotation to disappear. There are already enough rumors about the place floating about the keep without my soldiers whispering about these disappearances. She shakes her head. I'd just as soon abandon the district. But if those monsters should find a way out, I could look into it. Tell me more about it, though. Well, it used to be one of the most prestigious districts in Defiance Bay, but a few months ago the residents all went mad, started eating each other, and anything else that had the bad luck to wander into the district. Never seen anything like it. Now every novitiate that stands guard there, every one that comes back, anyway, talks of the stench of the grave and the groans of unspeakable horrors. Lovely. She holds up one plate-clad finger. The why and the how are questions for the animancers. I've sealed the district in hopes of containing whatever happened there, and it seems to be working, for now. You said earlier something's wrong with Heritage Hill? Could look into it. She steps back and regards you. After what I've just told you, you want to go into Heritage Hill? I've lost trained soldiers there. Why should I let anyone in? If your people are disappearing, someone's got to figure out what's happening to them. Got nothing to lose. Your trained knights have nothing on me. It just seems like you could use the help. What's the harm in letting me try? If people are disappearing, we gotta figure out what's happening to them. Well, if you're so eager to rush to your death, I won't stop you. She quietly looks on at the novitiates. And if you're somehow able to put a stop to this, you've got my permission to enter Heritage Hill. I'll send word to the guards at the gate. Well, fare thee well. Cool. I think I'm gonna go do that. I don't care about the rest of this place. I'll be back after I go play in the hill. Get me out of here. Well, I hope everybody's excited to go fight us some undeadified dead things. It's gonna be good or bad. I don't really know which, but something. It's gonna be a thing, and we're gonna do it. So my goal right now for this weekend, what I'm trying to get done and recorded, is I'm gonna try to get up to at least episode 65. Maybe
You better
70.
grab a couple pints before you get me going on that one.
No complaints here.
So I'm going to try to get up to episode 60 to 65, somewhere in that range, and then still try to get other stuff done. But yeah, no, they've gone okay. It's been a bit slow this week for uploads and everything on the old YouTube's channel, but still, we've gotten a decent amount of stuff done. I have gotten some new things up and running, which makes me pretty happy. And of course, like I said, I'm also going to try tomorrow. I'm going to attempt to get another episode of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, uploaded. Alright, we're going to Heritage Hill. It'll take us 15 minutes to walk from this side of the gate to the other side of the gate. You have to walk very, very slowly. They have to actually paint you walking, so it's a frame-by-frame thing. It takes a while. It's fine. Alright, it's not paint. But still. Best turn around, traveler. Heritage Hill is closed. Not to me, it isn't.
Gods keep you.
It's alright, but this district's closed by order of the Duke himself. Let me in, or whatever's on the other side of the gate will be the least of your problems. Wyla sent me. I'm looking into the missing guards. So you're the one she sent word about. The guard looks you up and down, frowning. I was expecting her to send a whole squad of Justicariars. Not that I'm volunteering, mind you. I'll have the gate opened immediately. Just watch your step. I'm afraid we can't send anyone after you if things go badly. Any ideas what might have happened to the other guards? None, and I've no desire to find out if you catch my meaning. The ones that disappeared weren't the deserting type. The worst part is, both times the watch disappeared, the next rotation found the gate unlocked. I don't know whether they went in or whether something got out, but if it's the latter, refugees are going to be the least of our problems. Heard or seen anything unusual? Friend, I try to see and hear as little as possible. One of the women on the last watch said she heard someone shouting from the northeast part of the district, something that sounded like an order, but I don't see how anyone could survive in there. Once or twice I've caught a glimpse of something moving on the other side of the gate. Ugh. Guard shudders. I just as soon forget it. Alright, well, fare thee well, friend. Alright, the gate is open, the episode is done. In the next episode, we go through the gate, and we see what our destiny holds. Until then, my name is Bumpy McSquigums. Thank you so much for stopping by the Freak Show, and I will see you later.